good. He's like, oh, I got here.
Yeah.
But that's that's really cool to hear that. Bruce Lee wasn't a braggart about it and said, no, it happened and that was it, and didn't bother to.
He wasn't going around, I
say,
kicked his ass.
None of that. And,
He didn't say
you gotta love that. That's amazing to, because you hear about his arrogance and this and that and whatever else, but to hear you say that he didn't even bother to talk about it.
No,
to him
and all he did talk about was that he got hit.
Yeah, and to say that, oh yeah, he got me.
Yeah.
That's amazing, because
Wow.
I would have never.
Nope.
Any martial artist would have been, oh man, I kicked his ass, I beat him up and down the street, blah blah blah.
Yeah, that shows that Bruce respected his opponent. Yeah.
Well, he sent everybody out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No witnesses. I mean,
nobody would be embarrassed by the outcome and
lost.
just whichever way it went.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Wow.
Yeah. I don't know if Daddy was there or not.
Yeah.
I don't know when my dad
You
was
didn't
there
ask
or
him,
not.
that's why.
I had no idea.
Because you were married off somewhere.
Oh, no, I don't know if
Was
this
that done in Oakland?
No, when was that?
Did
That was Oakland,
That was
right?
at his.
No, you were
his
younger.
That
place in
was
Oakland?
probably before.
On Telegraph.
No, this has got to be before I was in college.
Yeah, you were still a teen then.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you were still here. Because when I was in college and he was he already
Military,
had
right?
gone to Vietnam. But
Oh, wow. So you
Oh,
were
by the
now.
way, thank you for your service.
Thank you very much for your service.
Military man.
Thank you. You're welcome. Glad to be
Captain
home.
Lee.
Captain Lee.
Captain Lee.
Only through Officer Candidate School. I didn't go to the college thing.
Okay. He didn't make it that career.
Now that's a career, yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
He was there, but not because he wanted to be.
Yeah, not that he really wanted to be.
Good choice. Because you didn't have to do so much kitchen police. Yeah.
But yeah,
Or
during
guard
that
duty.
time,
There you go,
yeah.
guard
And
duty.
so it's like the time that I knew Bruce is when I was a teenager,
Right.
before I left, before I came up here in 72. So it was like up to 72. I was down in Fremont.
Yeah, when you start building your own life, I mean, everyone goes their own way, and you really, at that time, had no idea
Well, he
the
had already
impact.
gone.
Right.
He already
the impact that he has. Yeah.
he already was in Hong Kong already starting movies then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it was the opportunity for him then. I mean, they
Exactly.
wanted him, and that's how everybody, that's how he got so famous is because of Hong Kong. But yeah, they.
It's funny growing up, and I was watching his stuff probably mid-70s, even after, and I didn't realize he had even passed away. Because, you watch the movies, I was,
Yeah.
in high school, and to me, I thought he was still very much alive, and all the shows are coming out, Enter the Dragon, Chinese Connection, Fist of Fury.
Oh yeah, the Enter the Dragon.
I was like, okay. And then
Still
somebody said he died. He goes, what? I thought,
No way.
Yeah, I was like, huh? I was just watching this movie. It's new movie. It just came
alive.
out.
Yeah.
I was like, what? Yeah, what a shock. I mean,
Shock.
and you look at that and you realize that at my age, he was still very young. He didn't. To me, he wasn't. That old. That what he already passed. I think he was under 50 years old before when he passed. 47, I think.
Who?
Bruce.
He was 32.
32.
He was 1973.
Three.
And it was before his birthday, November. So.
But that's what I'm saying. This
32.
young
And he was a
guy.
Scorpio.
I mean, how crazy
Yeah.
is it that you hear about this young kid, and you're like, because I could never equate that in my head, right? Because as a teenager, watching Bruce Lee all the time, I mean, whenever it came on TV, went to the theaters, the whole bit.
70s, 80s,
And you don't think
90s.
about him, and I thought he was still,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure I knew he was older than I was, but you didn't equate that. I mean, as a kid, you were looking at it like, no, this guy's Superman, because he could beat up all these people and
Movie
this
magic.
and that. Right? I mean, that's
Yeah.
our vision of him was that. He was a larger than life kind of guy.
Nothing can
That-
bring him
yeah,
down.
nothing. Yeah,
Nothing can stop
and,
him.
you see him get stabbed, cut, and the whole bit, and you're still walking around, and you're like,
Then
okay,
he's
cool,
dead.
right?
What?
And you idolize that. And then when I heard finally, and I didn't even know about the funeral till it was like years after. I was like, to me, it all seemed fresh. And when I heard about it, I was like, what? Then you see the images and stuff like, oh, he's been dead all this time? I didn't even know. I was
Yeah.
like, what?
It's tough to get. Yeah.
Surreal.
Yeah, it was.
He was so young. I guess. Yeah, 32. That's way too young. Yeah.
He did a lot in those 32 years.
Yeah, that's what I just.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
just-
it seemed like he was around forever.
You just think about
He's a legend,
all that he was able to do in those
Yeah.
from the time he was like
18?
20, like
Yeah.
18, 20 to the 12 years. Everyone got to know who he was. I mean, he made a mark.
Even to this day.
Yeah, yeah.
He's just as popular. Yeah. The fact that we're here talking about the man shows you just how popular he still
I
is.
kind of remember him telling my dad or something. My dad was saying that Bruce was gonna make it big by a certain time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
That's interesting.
and he did.
Yeah. I mean, wow, did he ever? I mean,
But when you put the
Everybody-
math to it,
even kids who are still in their 20s now or even younger know of him.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
you hear the little I mean,
It's
Yeah,
amazing.
you know Bruce Lee, and I said, you know who he was way before you were even born.
yeah, and they're like, yep.
Yeah.
he's an icon.
Yeah. That I don't think that's ever going to die down.
Nope.
I think that's just going to keep going
Well,
because of the way the world is now. They
Yeah.
remember where they all
and
came
I think a lot to do with Linda had started the foundation, and I think it was all of her starting this, and that everyone knows about him, and it kept
Yeah.
his memory alive.
from. Oh yeah.
But she's the big part of his legend.
Well, you
that
know,
she's
and
done.
the really cool thing about the movies that he was in, even the Hong Kong stuff, they all still seem relevant, don't they? Mm-hmm. You could watch it and it
Yeah.
still feels like he's still here.
Well, I remember watching the Enter the Dragon and all the stars that were in there.
Yeah.
And a few years back, I went to Seattle with my mom and dad, and they were having a benefit for, I think it was for Bruce Lee. They were trying to get that museum in Seattle,
Right.
and they had some kind of benefit up there. And we went up there, and my dad won that big poster in a drawing, and it's like one of a kind, I think. And so they had Jim Kelly there, John Saxon, the one that just died. I can't remember. I gotta meet
Bob
them.
Wall,
Bob Wall, yeah. Okay, yeah.
favorite movie. I'm gonna
So anyway, I gotta meet all the old cast members.
right. Yeah.
Oh,
And-
that's awesome.
And so I got to talk to Jim Kelly, and I didn't realize he was sick at that time.
Oh.
Yeah.
And just right after that, he passed. And
Right.
I thought, wow, you wouldn't have known that, And
Yeah,
And
the
John
things
Saxon
you
too
don't
has
know, yeah.
passed. I mean,
yeah,
That's right, yeah.
all the ones, but they were older, and they still, they were signing autographs and talking to people and stuff.
that's cool.
But I got you. I said, yeah, that's right. You were, you were that person. You were that one. And like,
You know, that entire movie is so iconic that every character in it, whether it was a good guy or a bad guy,
Oh, it's
will
love.
live on.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
oh yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
Hunt.
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
it's like
Yeah,
that
is he
guy,
still
you know,
around?
no, he passed several years ago.
Oh.
I mean, even Angela Mao Ying. You remember her little bit that she did as the younger sister, and you're like, oh my God, just amazing. I mean,
Gee.
I can recall everything on that movie. Just as if it was just yesterday.
Well, I just remember that my mom and dad went down to the premiere for that movie because they were kind of like guests for.
That's
Of
awesome.
course.
Yeah, and I remember that they got to go down there. I think 'cause, Linda invited them to go for the. It was a big deal. I remember.
You know,
that.
it's
like a-
amazing how you're speaking of Linda so fondly because it seemed like she never forgot the people that were with Bruce.
Oh,
I mean, the way you're saying that.
well,
that's close to
she
family.
was a student.
Oh yes.
Yeah,
yes,
and
yes,
it's kind
yes.
of like she was there all along with
with
all
everybody.
through it, And and when Brandon was learning, I mean, I was so intrigued with Brandon being in the martial art. He was so handsome. Brandon was so handsome, and
You get this a lot, don't you, Dennis?
You were so handsome.
I don't want to go there. Yeah, I don't go there. Yeah, but you're right. Yes, like that.
he was so handsome.
Gotta
and,
be good looking.
And I just remember when he was a little boy, we went down to see see them, we went to. I guess we always go down Disneyland, and then of course we dropped by to see Bruce and Linda, and Shannon and Brandon. And I remember Brandon was just running up. There was like these bunk beds, just jumping up and down, and he had his arm in a cast. And I thought.
Fell off the bed.
He was so rambunctious and into everything, and a little bruiser like this.
That's
and
cool.
It was really
Broken arm is still
really
jumping.
cute. I don't know if the broken arm or dislocated shoulder, but I just remember he
He was in a
just running
sling.
around all over it. I thought,
That's cool.
that kid is just something else. He was so cute, and Shannon was just a baby then. I remember it,
Oh.
and I remember the house that they were living in. It was really dark and but in the back, I think Bruce was training Chuck Norris and these other people back there. I kind of remember something that, but I remember when Brandon was out there, I thought, and he's just a little younger than my brother, so. I just remember that they were really about almost the same age, but
Wow.
it was like, all right, a little Bruce.
Now, Bob did want me to say sorry that he couldn't make it.
Yes.
I guess something came up. But
Yeah, he had
was
to go.
fine.
He had to do something with
Yeah.
his in-laws.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's why he's not here.
Yes.
he really wanted
otherwise
to be
he
here
would
though.
Yes.
He was all excited. He was going to jump on Bart just to get to my place so we could
Oh.
drive up with us.
Oh,
So like,
okay.
hey, no, so
Yeah.
That's
next time.
dedication. Next time we'll
Yeah.
bring
Yeah.
Are you guys planning to go to the opening of the
Museum?
Brewster Museum?
Yeah.
on the
We already got our
23rd.
tickets.
You did.
Oh, nice.
Is that are you going to go to the Saturday special event, or are you going to
Well,
go?
that's the one that we got invited to.
Okay.
The 24th, right?
Yeah,
23rd.
23rd. For
Right.
That one. The
That's
Yeah,
what I
24th
said.
is the
it's,
opening.
it's a day before the opening or something.
Yeah,
I think.
that's right,
I think
that's
it opens on 24th, and we're going to the VIP.
It opens
Ah.
up on a Sunday, actually?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the pre-opening? Okay.
This is the VIP party or
Yeah,
something.
yeah,
Oh,
that's
okay.
what it is. Yeah, very,
Yeah.
very
That's why we weren't invited. That's why we only got the 24th.
We're trying to sneak in.
Oh,
Well,
I see.
We're
what's
gonna try to
happened,
sneak
I
in.
think,
We'll take a lot of pictures for you.
I think
Thank you.
because we represent all the four Musketeers.
Of course.
That's right.
Because his
Oh, of
dad,
course.
my dad, James Lee's son, Greg, is
Greg
going to
Lynn,
be
yeah.
there, I think.
Greglin, yeah, we're getting to talk to him next weekend.
Yes.
Okay.
He's still into it. When my dad was in rehab, Greg came by and visited my dad and everything.
Now, Greglin is who's
James Lee.
Lee.
James
Lee.
Lee's son.
So,
He's in
and I have to apologize because of my ignorance. I was telling Nain here, I go, yeah, James Lee, he's Bruce Lee's brother. I'm like, no. And we had found out through Google. But that was always a misconception from everybody.
Well, all the Lees. 'Cause
Well,
they're
yeah,
all
Lee,
Lees.
everybody's
yeah, everybody
related.
thinking, so we all thought,
Well, that's what's so funny because it's like my dad, the only one that's not
Joe.
a Lee, and
Joe.
the four Musketeers. It's just that they all happen to be Lees, but not.
So your
Lees.
dad was D'Artagnan then.
He was Joe.
He was the
Joe.
outside guy coming in.
He was a
Okay.
Joe. It's
There you
like,
go.
okay, Joe, and then three Lees.
Yeah.
And then what is funny is that, since we knew through each other way back when,
Mm-hmm.
and then after my husband passed away, and I've seen him, and he was at my dad's memorial.
And he was so handsome.
Well, he's always
waiting
been
for that.
handsome. He's always
Well, the good-looking people, yeah.
he always
Okay,
been
thank you.
handsome.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
He's
Got
always
your back.
been
Got your back.
handsome. He is a handsome. But anyway, that's when we reconnected. It was after my dad
Oh.
passed, and then and when my mom, he was really when my mom was in assisted living. He came to see my mom, and it was so sweet because my mom looked at Dennis and she goes, "I love you, Dennis," and I go, "Mom, why are you saying that to him? You don't even say it to your own kids." And I
He's
thought-
hinting. She was hinting.
I thought,
I love you, Dennis. Marry her already, damn it.
well, he, when he used to come by, he was so good. He used to come by, pick me up from high school and bring me home. And he had like a part-time job in Berkeley at this co-op. And his uncle worked there, so he got this part-time job. And they had this bakery at champagne cakes.
Ooh.
And these champagne cakes were pink and with like custard in the middle and whipped cream. So anyway,
Get him with candy.
Dennis would bring those over to our house, and my sister go crazy for it. And you're like, oh my God, Dennis.
Marry him, sis. He's a nice guy. He's got
so
food.
anyway, it's like to this day, every time we see champagne cake, we always thought about Dennis. So anyway, yeah.
Well, there you go. Now
She never forgot you.
She doesn't.
Yeah, and well, anyway, he was really good. And my mom, my mom had a diary, and what's so funny is I looked at a diary, and it would say, Dennis came over today. Dennis took me to Montgomery Wards to get yarn. I thought, what are you taking my mom shopping? And
So he was trying to go through your mom to get to
well,
you.
my mom was pregnant
Smart man.
and she couldn't drive, and so and so he was really good at taking care of my mom for some reason. So she remembered to.
He was in it for the long game.
Yeah, good man.
Yeah,
He knew.
If it
really-
wasn't
really-
for the Vietnam War,
He
it
would've
might have
been there.
happened sooner.
Which wouldn't have worked.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Good
it
thing
was like
you waited.
funny,
Good thing
yeah,
you
you know,
waited.
all those stuff happens. It's like, okay, so anyway, yeah, so it's
That's
like we knew each other for many years, but we never talked to each other for 42 years. I never talked to him for 42
So,
years
Wow.
until
At
it
that
was my mom.
42nd year,
That was
you
my
see
mom and
him.
that was my mom and dad's 85th birthday.
Uh-huh.
I was married and he wasn't, but we saw each other there. So he came over to the house to talk, and we kind of caught, oh God, what'd you do for 42 years? So we caught up.
Right.
And then it was like 5 years later, we had another party, and I got to see him then 5 years later. And then 5 years later after that, my mom and dad passed away, and my husband passed away at the same time. So I talked to him, and I says, well, you know, my dad passed away, and I says, well, my husband passed away. And so anyway, I says, Bob's putting on, getting this big memorial for my dad. So I said, would you like to come? And he says, okay, yeah, he did. So,
And that's when you two got back together?
well, then we saw each other there, but, you know, it's kind of like, okay, we'll see. Well, this is, you live in Fackville, I live in Reading. It's not gonna, you know. But yeah.
And then next weekend he moved in.
Yeah, he did. He did.
Basically. He's laughing because, yeah, pretty much.
Time already.
They're
Wasted
like,
enough
you know
time.
what?
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah,
gonna wait
yeah,
another
yeah.
5 years.
That's
Let's
right,
wait 5
yeah.
days.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it was like, yeah.
That's cool.
Well, so that was 2018, and so it's like we just got married 2020.
Oh,
No,
congratulations.
was it 2021?
It's the
221.
honeymoon trip. Okay, that makes
There
more
you go.
sense.
2021,
That makes
yeah,
more
but
sense.
he didn't move up there until COVID.
Oh, okay.
See, it was COVID is that we couldn't travel and see each other, and we
Right.
had to Skype. We were Skyping each other.
That's so cute.
See, we should make a movie of that.
That is so
Yeah.
cute. That really is.
No, you don't want to.
So anyway, we decided, okay, so this is really funny, okay. So he's up here, and I says, well, he likes to play tennis, and I don't know how to play tennis, so I decided to learn how to play tennis. And I was the oldest person they ever taught to play tennis. And
With
so-
5-year-olds.
So anyway, this club, we belong to this health club here. It's a tennis club. And so I brought him there. I said, well, you're going to be up here. You might as well join, you know. So I says, okay, I'll put you on my membership. So I go up there, up to the membership. And the girl says, well, how is he related to you as his membership? He goes, I'm her fiance. And I thought, what?
That was the proposal. I like it. Yeah, you're the man.
I go,
Oh, by the way, where did this ring?
By the way,
and I says, you gonna make that real or what?
Oh,
He
she
says-
challenged
And he
him.
goes, let's get a ring.
Yeah, that's the start of all
What?
of it, yeah.
She called him on it.
I said,
that's
what does
awesome.
that mean? You know, I'm
on.
her fiance.
You got to put a ring on it.
Yeah.
She said, we're doing a Beyonce. Put a ring on it.
Yeah,
put a ring on it.
You're my what?
Not until.
So anyway,
That's awesome,
yeah,
Dennis, you
that's
sly
it.
dog. You.
Can you
I
imagine
love
that's,
it.
that is not the
Yeah.
most romantic thing that ever happened.
That is awesome.
That is a great
That's the
story.
best way
Look,
to do it.
Look how much fun you're having telling this story. If it's not a fun story to tell,
That's right.
It's
not
not
worth
a
it.
conventional proposal.
No, oh my
My
God.
knee hurts
My
anyway.
knee hurts. I wouldn't have been able to get up.
He waited 52 years.
Then on our fifth, Alexis, do you know we met 58 years ago? It was like 1963. This, if we're gonna get married, let's
God, I was
get
a year
married on
old.
the date we met.
I was a year old.
So
So then
met
you guys would
58
remember.
58 years later, we got married.
Wow.
Of the
I was
day
a
we
year
met.
old when that happened.
Yeah,
63.
That's scary.
58 years later.
Wow. Talk about perseverance.
Yeah. He knew what he wanted. He was willing to wait.
He really did.
That's impressive, Dennis.
That really.
You don't want to live in sin all your life.
You're my hero.
Gotta make it legal.
I love this guy.
Someone says you didn't have to get married.
That's so true.
He didn't have to, but hey,
Honorable woman.
he wanted to make an
He'll
honest.
make an honest woman out of you.
Yeah, I go, yeah,
Oh my
sure.
God. Well, this took a turn.
So anyway, that's our story.
That's you know
That's a
this is a
beautiful
great
story.
way to end our show because
Oh my God.
yeah we can't end it any
Nope.
end it any
Nope,
happier.
nope,
This is
nope,
perfect.
Nope. That was awesome. And they're going to be going on their finally on their
Where you guys going for your honeymoon?
trip.
Hawaii.
Cruise to
Hawaii.
A
What
cruise
which
to
island?
Hawaii.
We're going to do
Oh,
the
no.
cruise.
Oh, no.
We're going from San Francisco to all the Hawaiian islands, then it goes
Right.
to Ensenada and back to San Francisco round trip for 15 nights.
They leave from San Francisco port, bro.
Can I
Don't have to
babysit your
fly.
house while
Don't
you
have
guys
to
are
fly.
gone?
No flying.
Can I babysit the house while you guys are gone? Please.
You're going to drive 3 hours
Feed
every
the
day.
lizards. Feed the lizards too.
Lizards,
yeah, yeah.
Oh, the
yeah.
ducks. We got ducks here
Yeah,
all the
ducks.
time. They haven't been here
They
today,
fly,
but
By the way, folks, we are in Redding, California.
Oh, by the way, in their beautiful home.
In their beautiful home.
Yeah,
We're not
you-
at just some park somewhere. We're actually at their house.
yeah, this is you get more in Reading.
We should have gone to the
than
fitness
here.
club.
Yeah, so
Oh, the
I'm going to
fitness
be
site, yeah.
staying here for 15 days, by the way. Just forward my mail over. House party next week
When it gets warmer.
when it gets
When
warm.
it gets warm, because the pool's not heated.
Ooh.
It is cold. Yeah.
Non-heated pool. It's all right.
Yeah.
We'll make it work.
That's it.
Oh, it gets 115. That pool is like 90.
Oh, I
Oh,
bet.
shit. That's amazing.
bet.
Well,
That's
let me know when
awesome.
you guys are going to have a pool party. We're
Oh,
coming
yeah,
out.
yeah.
Definitely inviting ourselves.
Definitely.
Yeah.
It's a
that was
long
funny.
drive.
I say I know the family.
That's why we're staying in the guest room.
That's right. So, again, thank you guys
Thank
so
you
much
so
for
much for
your time.
opening
Oh,
your
yeah.
home.
I mean,
Yes.
this
That's
has
okay.
been a wonderful conversation
pleasure.
because, you know, it's these kind of things that me and Naeem really enjoy about what we do. You know,
The
this
people.
is, you know, as we said, this was just a happenstance.
Yeah.
But these wonderful people that we get to talk to, and this incredible story. I mean,
Oh, dude, that's an awesome
This is a great way to-
proposal. Yeah, I'm her fiance.
what? Huh?
What did you say?
I want to be a member.
He do anything
It's
to
worth
be a
the
member
marriage.
of the tennis club. I want to be a member of your tennis
worth the
club. I'll do
freedom.
anything.
There you go. Give up freedom to. All right, I'm good.
I love it. Well, folks, this has been a wonderful edition episode of Colleague Conversation with me, Rick,
And me, Naeem, and our very
and
special
Donna
guest,
Jolie,
And
and Dennis Lee. Thank you guys so
Awesome,
much.
so much.
And
And
as
what do
we
we
always
say?
say,
3,
2, 1, cut!
That
Okay.
was fun.
okay.